Hey beauty, listen up. It's really quite simple. You're a divine soul having a human experience, and all the abundance you seek is available to you right now. Your assignment is to get out of your own way, become your most aligned and magnetic self, and open up to receive the desires that are placed in your heart. Because what you are seeking is also seeking you. Welcome to the Abundance Club. I'm your host, Amy Wilkinson, soul and abundance mentor and manifestation teacher, and I love that you're here. Let's go ahead and expand and play in this field of infinite potential. Hello, beautiful Abundance Club community. Welcome back. This is my second episode in a week, and it feels really nice recording it today because it is a rainy, windy day here in southeast Queensland. So if you know, you know, we've just had quite a lot of wind and rain and cool weather. So I'm cozy inside and I have about half an hour until my kids are going to storm in the house back from school, which is never really pretty. It's very noisy, and I'm savoring the moments of quiet in this house. And I thought, let's bring through an episode because I have been writing newsletters today, writing content, doing an Instagram post. And I love that with the podcast, it's longer form content. So I can riff longer, I can dive in more. When you do these reels, it's like 90 seconds or 2 minutes. And what I share, it's powerful, like it's potent stuff, but it's very hard to condense it, particularly for someone who likes to talk. So I love the medium of podcasts in that it allows me to talk for longer and dive in a little bit more. I love it even more doing it in my collective, in my community, because we get 90 minutes to dive in and unpack and explore and meet the resistance and all of this. So if you are enjoying these episodes and you want to experience more, you want to know more, you want to be able to ask questions, you want to be able to actually get in and do the work, then that's the place. That's your next step up in the Light Path Collective, which is open for anyone to join. And I didn't even know that I was going to mention that in this moment, but here we go. It's come through. It really is. I've been calling it this soul sisterhood community because, we do form really beautiful connections over having spent this time together, these number of weeks and months together, doing the important inner work. And this is really what this podcast is about, because I like to think of myself as a spiritual entrepreneur. There's lots of entrepreneurs out there. And I've been in this world for a while. I've run my own business for about 20 years. I've built a yoga studio business and wellness centers over the past 15 years and, sold them last year, which you may know or you might not know. And so my work now is more in this online space. So it's really interesting because when you're in that world, you see how other people are operating and running their business. And I've seen that there's been a lot of focus on strategy. And this is a word that I have always had a hard time, a more difficult time kind of letting settle in my body. And I don't know why. Until now, I haven't really known why that is. Strategy to me seems very heady, and so that's probably where the initial resistance came from. I'm very much an embodied practitioner. I mean, I guess that's why I was a yoga teacher for 15 years and still am, but it's very much an embodied experience that I like to have. And I found anytime I was focused on the strategy piece, I was really getting up into my head and feeling like I had to do it, right? I'm running a business, so therefore, surely I need to have this level of strategy like other people do. And it's interesting because as I've been reflecting on this, and I've been reflecting on this quite a bit this year, it's been coming up because I have been building my own online business. And I've realized that I operate in a very different way. And I was reflecting on this particularly today, hence why I shared this in an Instagram reel and now opening up into a podcast. It's reflecting on the practice of manifestation, which is what I teach about really. And the practice of manifestation is, it might not seem like it might seem like it's all mindset. But really, when we dive deep into what manifestation is, it is an energetic practice. It is an embodied practice. At least it is the way that I know it, the way that I teach it, the way that I support my clients. It is not something that's separate from you. It's something that is it's who you are, really. A manifestation is who we are. We are creators. We have all come in here to create. This is what we do. Life moves through us so that it can continue to evolve, and we become the vessel, which is how our ideas come to form, and then we bring them into form. But this process of the energy and the ideas coming through you is really what I want to hone in on today. And this has really helped me to understand where the resistance is for me with strategy. And I'd like to elaborate on that to say it's strategy without the soul connection that I struggle with. When we are manifesting, 80% of it is an energy game. 80% of it is an inner game, and 20% is the strategy. So I'll say that again. 80% is your energy. 20% is your strategy. 80% is who you are being. 20% is what you are doing. But what you are doing, the strategy, needs to be informed from a place of embodiment, from your energy, from your soul. I've said this a gazillion times, but we create from our energy. We don't create from this mental plane, although it seems like we do. And if you are focused in your business or in your manifestation purely on the doing, you are missing out on having this power behind it, right? I kind of had this vision of like Astro Boy with the jets on, and the jets go and it's propelling you forward, right? That's what it's like when you are doing the energy work, because it's what moves the needle. If you are doing the doing and the strategy without the energy work, it's like Astro Boy's battery pack has just died, or he's taken off his boots and he's got to actually walk or climb, whatever it is, without being able to just be power jet through the stratosphere. That's what I'm talking about. So we know this. Manifestation is an energetic game. But what I'm seeing a lot of is this masculine drive, this focus on the doing, and fair enough, we have grown up in this paradigm that prioritizes, that rewards effort and hard work. So it focuses a lot on the doing, working these 40-hour weeks, doing these long hours, having the big to-do lists and ticking them off. Like it's this glorification around what have you done, what have you achieved. Now, I believe that this paradigm is shifting considerably. And yeah, there's the rising of the feminine, and in the femininity, we become more embodied. We become connected to our creative essence, our womb, our sacral energy, which is where we birth and where we cultivate the ideas that we want to bring into form. Right? So that's on an energetic level, right? This embodiment piece, but I want to speak to it about a soul aspect here, because this is the work that I am interested in. Strategizing without tapping into your soul, or as I called it in my Instagram reel, it was soul-energizing. I just made up a word. I was today old when I made up the word soul-energizing. What does it mean? It's probably pretty obvious, but it's tapping into your soul first. Our soul has desires. This is why they are called soul desires. And if you're not at this point where you are regularly acquainting with the divine aspect of you, with your soul, the you of you that's tapped in and connected to all that is the highest aspect of your being, then what are you doing? Because this is available to you right now. And if you're not doing that, you're likely making decisions from a very mind paradigm, which a lot of the time is purely to fit in with the expectations of others and society and peers and so forth. It's the shoulds. I should do this, or this is what you do. That is getting very boring these days because people don't want to see same. Allow the impulse to be led by your soul. When we are led, and this isn't just in business, guys, I'm talking about this in terms of being guided to manifest whatever is in our heart, whatever it is that we desire. So, what is my soul desire? This is a question that you can ask yourself in the quiet moments when we take the time to pause, when we can switch off the distractions, and when we can learn to sit with our soul and ask, what would you have me do? Because what's right for you is right for you. What feels right for you in your soul and through the guidance of your soul is what is right for you. That is naturally going to be different to your neighbor, to somebody else that's in business. Their soul might be guiding them to do something else. So when we tap into our soul, it's like we are opening up the channel to be guided by something that is bigger than our mind. And then, sure, from that place, you are going to receive, and there might be some resistance to begin with. This is a practice. This is like me going to build muscles in my Pilates practice, which I've been doing a lot, by the way, and it's been nearly killing me. Oh my God. I digress, but I have a point here. It's like building a muscle. So if the first time you sit with your soul and you ask your soul, okay, what would you have me do? And you're sitting there in the nothingness and you're just drawing a blank and you're thinking, this is silly. Like, be patient. Be patient. Often when soul speaks to you, often the guidance comes in. It's not with big, it's not loud, it's not obnoxious. It's subtle, it's gentle. And so we need to be able to sit in the stillness, in the void, in the nothingness, to allow ourselves to tap in and connect with our soul. So your soul is going to lead you into action. This is the strategy that arises from your soul. But to begin with, we need to be able to first and foremost establish this beautiful connection with our soul and feel into what are the desires that are placed on our heart. And then we can do the work from there. This inner work, you guys, that is the biggest part of this manifestation game is everything. Creating a somatic body to be able to hold the energetics for more, to be able to hold the dreams that you are wanting to call in is everything. I mean, this is the reason why the statistics are something like 70% or something of lottery winners lose their money within the first 2 or 3 years. Something like that. Okay, it's a lot. It's big because naturally those people have only got a certain thermostat that they are comfortable in terms of receiving. They haven't done the energetic work beforehand to become bigger vessel to be able to hold more. Money is energy. So if you are calling in more abundance, if you are wanting to increase your prosperity, your money, which is simply energy, we need to first be able to do the energy work, do the inner work to be able to hold more. This is why I love somatic practices like subliminal affirmations, which, by the way, I have a number of them on my store, and they're cheap and you can listen to them every day. Subliminal affirmations are something that you would want to be listening to at least once a day for at least 21 days. And it is such a gentle and easeful yet powerful way to impress our subconscious mind with a new reality, new beliefs. Because our subconscious mind drives about 90% of what we are experiencing, and we're often not even aware of what's in there. So subliminal affirmations are one of these somatic practices. EFT tapping. I mean, these are things I do with my clients. EFT tapping, guided meditation, havening practices. These are also practices that if you join my membership, you get access to. And all of the people in my community are doing these practices regularly because they understand the important energetics when it comes to manifesting. You don't need to create anything. Everything is already here. Everything already exists. Everything's already created. It's already here, hidden in plain sight in this what's known as the quantum field, the universal field. What we need to be able to do is simply become a match for it, simply become a vibratory match by raising up our frequency. How do we do that? These practices. Tapping into what does it feel like to connect with that? Who is the version of me that is living that dream reality, that is living that desire? All of these kind of things are what we explore in that membership, what I explore with my clients in my one-to-one soul and abundance mentoring. And so it gets to be so much easier when we let ourselves be guided by the essence of our soul that knows what we don't know, that sees what we can't see, that's guiding us down a particular path that is in alignment with our highest good and our highest timeline. So if you're out ahead trying to just focus on the strategy alone, on the masculine alone, it's like you're going through a trek, you're doing a trek somewhere out in a forest and you've got no map, you've got no compass. Your soul is your compass, and it's time that you let your soul lead you through your life. And why wouldn't you? It's a free resource, guys. Tap on into that. Tap on into that. And I'm passionate about, even in my sessions, like even in my single guidance sessions that I do with my clients, I am guiding them back into a connection with their soul so that they can enhance and activate their own guidance system and become that clear conduit for the wisdom and the guidance to come through. You do not need a special gift to be able to harness that. This is inherent within each and every one of us. It's just that it lies dormant for many if we're not using it. It's like those lazy muscles if we're not working it. So if there's one thing that you take from this podcast, if there's one thing that you want to start to invest in, it is cultivating this relationship with your soul. And in the paradigm that we're moving into, guys, over these next couple of years, trust me, this is not just a nice luxury. This is not just an added bonus. This is going to be a requirement. Your soul is going to take you to the new earth frequency. So that is really what I wanted to share here. Okay? Really looking at the energetics of who you need to become in order to tap into and become a bigger vessel to hold your dreams and your desires. And we can't skip the important energy piece. And this is also why it can seem like in 3D world that manifestations take time. They don't actually, but there is a divine timing aspect that's at play. There is a divinity that's at play here, and often it is so that we are prepared. So our vessel is prepared, our energy is prepared, our somatic body is prepared to not only receive the manifestation that's coming in, but to be able to hold it so that we don't lose it, we don't miss it, but we've got a really strong container to hold it. So whilst it might seem in your life when you're manifesting that nothing is happening, trust in the process. It is coming, and you are being prepared by doing this energy work. Get out of your head. There are no answers in your head. Yes, inspired guidance can come through as a download that might come through your mind. That's different, but that's when we're soul-energizing. You have made it to the end of the Abundance Club. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I loved you being here, and I hope you feel more abundant, more at ease, and more inspired. If you did enjoy this episode, please take the link and share it with a friend. And of course, if you enjoyed it, please subscribe to the podcast on your platform and leave me a review if you can, because that really helps me to share the love and helps women all around the world to become more of their magnetic, abundant, wise, worthy self. And we need more of this in the world. And as a gift to you, I have a really cool and powerful Desired Fulfilled 60-minute subliminal, which is incredible at reprogramming your subconscious mind and getting you on the frequency of your desires and in a place of receivership, which is a really easy and powerful way to co-create your dream life and co-create in the field. So I would love to send that to you. All you need to do is DM me the word desires on Instagram. Just send me a message with desires and I will shoot it back over to you. I've loved being in this space with you. Thank you so much. I will see you next time. In the meantime, have an amazing day, week, month. Love you so much.